Hello, Scott Hilton, Scott Talks. Today, I'm reviewing the book or audiobook, James, by Percival Everett. Now, James is a follow-up to Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. His real name was Samuel L. Clemens. And he had several black friends, which was very odd for a lot of people back in that day. They would look at him kind of odd that he would walk around talking to someone that was black and just casually strolling and having great conversations. It was not a common occurrence. Clemens was an extraordinary writer and considered one of the greatest American writers of that century, of any century. He's brilliant, and I reread or listened. I'm better, a little dyslexic, so I'm more of a audio guy. And listened to Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn to prepare to listen to this book. And it's a brilliant sequel to Huckleberry Finn. You're gonna love it. And he had some controversial things to say about slavery when he was a young man, but as he got older, he mellowed out and had a lot of things like he said man is the only slave and he is the only animal who enslaves. He also said slavery was a fiction of law and custom. An elegant way of putting things. And Jim, the slave in Huckleberry Finn, who was supposedly illiterate, but we find that's kind of not the case all the time. And Percival Everett takes it another step and makes this sequel to Huckleberry Finn. Brilliant story, a future classic. Must read. A lot of YouTubers I'd watched, they'd seen reviews on James and books of the year and stuff, had James right there, book of the year. People on TV, book of the year. You know, they were all picking James. This is like, after reading Huckleberry Finn now, or either read Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, he wrote other books about those guys, but after Huckleberry Finn, you're gonna go, and then I gotta reread James, or listen to James, because that's a brilliant follow-up, brilliant. It was, and Percival Everett is a black author, and culturally, he was able to take this character to levels that even Twain couldn't take, especially in his day. And I'm sure Twain would support the way he took the character. It's brilliant steps. And it's a must read. It's his good friend, John T. Lewis, was the basis. He was a free man that could read. And he was the basis for the character Jim. And it's just a brilliant story for a modern day audience. Just, it's got a lot of heart, it's got a lot of twists and turns and little surprises along the way, a lot of history. James just wants to find his wife and daughter. You know, it just, and you're wanting him to find them. You're wanting him to, get to the end of the story, get that goal. And Huckleberry's along for the ride on a lot of it. So it's a great follow-up to Huckleberry Finn. Brilliant follow-up. The audiobook is read by Dominic Hoffman. He plays Judge Mosley in the new Suits L.A. TV show from 2025. So if you catch that show, you can see Judge Mosley, you'll say, oh, that's the guy that did the audiobook. So cool. I really enjoyed the book. We were in the middle of a big move, so I wasn't able to listen as much as I wanted to, so it took a while to finish. But I listen to a little bit in the mornings when I'm getting the cat's food ready and doing other things, and then I stop listening and go to other things doing during the day. So audiobooks, if I get in 10, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I've done good for a day. And if there's some mornings that are just get up and go, I don't get any audiobook. When I'm riding my bike or walking or doing things, sometimes I won't do the audiobook because you have to listen, you have to pay attention. And when you're riding a bike, you got to pay attention to the cars and people, and you don't want to get killed. So a lot of times just the noise of the wind noise. I wear bone conducting headphones, so they're not in your ear, they're outside, so they help with you hearing the outside world to keep you a little safer. Even when walking, you don't want to get hit by a guy on a bike or someone on a golf cart, sometimes zip around where we're living. So there's that. I've really enjoyed James, I really have. And my new book now is another James Rollins. And you're like, didn't you just do a James Rollins book a while back? Yeah, I did. And the funny thing is I'm doing 17th Sigma Force book, Tides of Fire. But I just did Archangel, the 18th. So this is the book before, because I've gotten a little behind on some of the Rollins stuff. And I enjoy Rollins. Rollins is a great author. He's a veterinarian, smart guy. He combines science, religion, mythology. So a lot of the stuff in his books is based on science and facts. Tweaks a little bit here and there. You know, this happened in the Bible. What is that? You know, it's like one of his stories asked the question, what was manna? You know, and Moses, they were out there in the desert, God left manna for them. And it's like, well, what if they wake up and have this manna stuff? You know, it's like food or something to eat. And he explored that in a story, and then combined it with science. And the bad guys wanted this, get a hold of it because it had these certain properties to it. It was like, oh, that's clever. It's clever. He's a clever guy. And the books, I'm surprised they haven't made a lot of movies. They would have to have larger budgets because he's got submarines going all over the world and all this stuff. So he's a fun guy. The Sigma Force books are a lot of fun. So I'm going to do that, and I might listen to The Martian after that. I was thinking of the new Hunger Games book, but I might slide that in too. Right now I'm doing the audio. I'm enjoying it. Now that we've moved in and still unboxing stuff, it's, I'm getting more time to listen a little bit more. So we'll see. Sunrise on the Reaping, right? By Susan Collins. Might do that. It's hard to get it wrapped around. Jimmy's the guy that's narrating from Yellowstone, the goofy guy. So it's hard to get that wrapped around well, but I've listened to the preview and I'm like, oh, he's good. He's doing good. So for you audiobook people. But definitely, James is a definite read. If you want to redo Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn first, fine, especially Huckleberry Finn. It's like a sequel, yeah. It's definitely like the next step. So enjoy it, loved it, big thumbs up. You'll love it too. So have a great day. And whether you read or listen or do both, just enjoy it. Literature is always going to be there for us, whether we're using real books, audiobooks, or some future technology that blends all that in with AI. You never know. AI might just replace movies and create audiobook stories for us to watch. Sit back and go with AI actors, and it'll be interesting one day. So have a great day.